Howdy everybody, happy 4th of July. So, we have Hurricane Burl burrowing down on the Gulf of Mexico, and it's supposed to be hitting landfall late Sunday night, early Monday. HEB Grocery is making sure that South Texas has more water than you can take a stick at, and we're just getting prepared because you never know. Sometimes they just hit Yucatan and dissipate, and sometimes they come barreling on through like barrel is just might do. So I don't know, but anyway, so today we're on episode 12 of Penny Cook's Mom's Cookbook, and today we have chili rellenos. So for chili rellenos, you're going to need large green chilies. We're going to go into this in a minute. You're going to need an egg for each chili. And you're going to need cheese. She likes Jack. I like pepper jack. Pepper jack. And flour. Flour. So, toast chilies over open flame till skin is black. Place in plastic bag that has a few drops of water in it. Seal bag and allow to stand for 30 to 40 minutes. Peel chili, remove seeds, and allow to stand, peel chili, remove seeds, stuff with cheese, and dust lightly with flour. Beat the egg whites till stiff. Add beaten yolks. That's a dad correction. Add beaten yolks. Dip the chilies in the egg mix and cook on lightly greased griddle. Cover and cook for 2 to 3 minutes. Turn and cook the other side. Okay, so for the longest time, Mom always made chili rellenos with this kind of chili. This is an Anaheim chili. Also, in about 3 weeks, you're going to see nothing but Hatch chilies, which is an Anaheim chili, but it's the same kind of chili, but grown in Hatch, New Mexico. And it's a big deal down here in Texas. Just, it's not quite Hatch chili season yet. This is a poblano chili. And this is what Mom liked to use after Dad discovered them and brought them home. Now, the thing is, the Anaheims, for the most part, are very, very mellow chili. These are Ortega chilies. If you don't want to go through the hassle of the roasting, the blacking, the putting in a bag and peeling, you can buy canned whole chilies and just start from there if you want. But they're going to be this variety, which is very, very mellow. Now, on the other hand, the poblanos. Now, these little puppies, I'll tell you a story. We used to have this grocery store called Boys Market in Azusa. And after Boys kind of, anyway, so something happened and it turned into a mercado. So it became a Mexican grocery store. And they started carrying more Mexican ingredients like poblanos. Well, Dad liked the poblanos because a poblano, if it's on the mellow side, it's like a bell pepper with just a little hint of heat. And if it's a good one, it's like the clouds part and the angels sing. But if it's a hot one, then something a little lower opens up and you understand fire in the belly, which isn't pleasant. So for the most part, Mom would make them and she would roast them up, she'd stuff them, she'd prepare them the way that we're going to prepare them today. And if it started to get hot when we were eating it, we'd be like, Mom, we got a hot one. And Mom would be all, baby, just give it to me. And so we were just like, okay, Mom, here, you have the hot one, and we'd try the next one, right? So we affectionately started calling poblano chili rellenos chili relleno roulette. Yeah. So anyways, so I've got 4 chilies here because we're going to show you how the different ones cook up. And when I moved to Texas, the first thing that displeased me was the fact that the majority of Texas is on electric. So that's an electric oven, which means I have an electric stovetop. So back when I was in culinary, we had two sides to the kitchens, and one side was electric and one side was gas. And in the beginning of the semester, you were allowed to pick which side you wanted to work on, and everybody picked gas because in California everything was gas. So I moved down here to Texas. I was like, how do I heat up a tortilla? Because there's no flame. You know, I grew up, you know, flipping flames, and then, like Mom said, roast these over a flame. So there's no flame and electric. All there is heat. So anyways, I got the broiler going, and the first thing that I'm going to do, I discovered that what you do is you put it on a sheet pan covered with oil. You cover them with a little bit of olive oil, and you stick them in the oven, and you cook them until they're black. So, and that's going to take a little while. So I'll see you after. So we just make them all nice, and this, you know, the oil helps the cooking process so that they can get a little bit more black. So, you know, when you're picking out your chilies, make sure that the tip doesn't have any black, or don't pick anything that's soft or has any blemishes. You want to have your chilies that are in nice and really good shape, because that makes your most flavorful dish. So anyways, we'll be back in just a little bit once these puppies have had an opportunity to roast. So I'll be back. Well, we're back. It's been about 15-20 minutes, and let's see how our little chilies are a-chiliing. All right, our chilies are exactly the way that Mommy says they should be, which is roasty, toasty, and blackened. And so the Anaheims, as you can see, they're completely covered. We've got the bag with a few little drops of water in there. Chuck that puppy in there. Chuck that puppy in there. We're going to chuck this puppy in there. And that puppy. We're going to seal it up. We're going to let them steam. And the whole point of the steaming part is to get the skins to loosen away from the chili, which makes the cleaning of the chilies a whole lot easier. So that's it for now. We'll be back in a sec. Well, hey, so as the chilies are steaming, we're going to start getting the eggs ready. Now, when you're doing egg whites, egg yolks, it's best to have 3 different bowls. 1 bowl for your whites, 1 bowl for your yolk, and 1 bowl in case somebody doesn't do very well. So when you're doing egg whites, always use glass or metal, because plastic is made from oil, which is a fat, and fat will ruin your egg whites. You won't get good volume with it. And I like to use my eggs at room temperature. So basically all I do, make sure your hands are clean. You're gonna crack them, and you're going to let the whites just kind of go off, and then you're gonna put the yolk over there, and you're gonna put the white over there. So we're gonna move on to the next egg. Just a quick crack, however you like to do it. Open it up. Try to be careful. There's all kinds of methodologies to, you know, separate whites and yolks. I've seen that where people use a bottle and they separate it that way. Okay. I've always just liked to use my hands, because that's what God gave them to you for, to be a good tool. I've got 1 egg per chili. Last one. Get a good crack on there. So that's it. And then we're gonna whip these puppies up. So I'm going to spare you that sound. And I didn't get out my big old mix master to do that. I'm just going to use my hand mixer for this one, because it's easier, and it's not a lot of volume that I'm dealing with, and I'm not making cookies. So we'll be back after this is all whipped up. called soft peaks. So they're just peaks that gently poop up and fold over. Now, Mom didn't say whether or not we want soft peaks or hard peaks, so I personally like to do kind of in between. This is exactly where I like it. It's kind of stiff peaks, but it's still kind of on the soft peak side. So now we're going to whip up. Egg yolks are pretty well doubled in volume, and we're going to add them to the egg whites. But first, we want to make sure that we have everything else ready so that we can flour, dip, and fry. So be right back. Okay, so our chilies have been steamed, and as you can see, this just peels right up. Sometimes you have to use it, you know, underwater if they're a little too sticky, but that's it. It just peels right off. And you don't want that because it's really rather unpleasant. So that's why we roast them and peel the skins. So I'll be right back. I keep on moving y'all farther and farther away from my reach so you can see what I'm doing. So the chilies are clean. Now remember that the seeds and these little veiny things are what really holds the heat. So when you're cleaning, make sure that you get rid of all of that. So I've got somebody's hot. I'd be like, Mom, you want this one? All right, so anyways, we've got our egg whites, we've got our egg yolks, we've got our flour going, we've got our clean chilies, and we've got our eggs, and we've got our camal going. So we're going to first add the whipped egg yolks to the white. And that essentially becomes our batter. So the next thing we've got is we're gonna stuff our chilies. So I'm gonna start out with this poblano. I'm gonna lay it on the flour, and I'm going to put a couple of pieces of cheese in it. And I'm gonna load it up, dust it with a little bit of flour, and then on my camal back here, I'm gonna get a little olive oil going, or some food lube. And we're going to take the stuffed chili, we're going to dip it in our batter, and we're going to throw it on the camal. Now traditionally, these are deep fried in hot oil, and I think Mom was kind of going through a low fat kick there for a while, and she just decided not to do the deep frying. This particular chili split, so it's kind of, we're gonna have fun trying to keep this one together. So, but hey, you know, home cook. Let's get this one on the camal. You can add a little extra batter on there if you like. I'm gonna wash my hands really quick and give them a flip. So, I don't know, can you see? Nope, you can't see. Let me see if I can move you over so you can watch what I'm doing. Okay, can you see? Nope. There, okay. Yeah, I need to move you just a little bit more. There you go. All right, so as you can see, they're cooking. They're not ready yet, because once they loosen, oops, then they're ready to move. But right now, not quite ready to flip. So we'll watch them for a couple of seconds. I spilled a little bit of oil. I'm going to clean that up before it becomes a bigger mess. Don't try this at home. I'm a trained professional chef. No, well, not really a professional chef, but anyways, so we are golden brown delicious. And give it a flip. Just this guy a flip. And that is how Mom made chili rellenos. So, anyways, so I'm going to finish up making the other two, the Anaheims, clean up my mess, and then cook dinner for 4th of July. So what's on the menu is hamburgers. And so that's it. So today's Mom's chili rellenos, made on the grill instead of in hot oil. And you learned about chili relleno roulette, and you learned the difference between poblanos and Anaheim chilies. And I wish I had hatches, but I don't. And so that's it. Chili rellenos. And so until next time, don't forget, I love ya, and ta-ta for now.